y'all know all the X's and O's, man. I'm just sitting at home watching. I don't like to get into that because I don't believe the game is really decided on the field. So
Hey everyone, guess who's back? It's the commish back here with another draft preview. This time we got boy mom and Supercam, a guy obviously I think probably part of that Carolina crew that came in with Bishop. A sincere thank you for obviously coming in and saving the draft last year late. We had a couple of owners that didn't show. Excuse me, you guys were ready to go, ready to be on call, and got the spot the tier 2, so you got to avoid tier 3 as well. So some of our tier 3 owners probably wouldn't like to hear that, but you saved us, and sometimes that's sometimes the luck of the draw on certain things in life, isn't it? Get to share the screen here now and get into your preview. And I am excited for you this year because I think there's a lot of different things going on for you, and we'll get into it. So likely keepers, you haven't set your keepers, you can set your keepers. And what that would do for me on the preview videos is I could maybe estimate maybe what your first couple of picks could be because everybody has their keepers in. Doesn't mean they have to be set. The deadline is not 24, it's 24 hours before. So of course you could change your keepers at any time before then. I have likely keepers for you. Joe Burrow, obviously, hopefully coming back healthy. He's got a lot of weapons. He's got obviously Jamar Chase, one of the best wide receivers in football. A guy that's obviously deadly combination there. And you throw in the simple fact that is T. Higgins going to stay? But Joe Burrow is definitely a guy that's top 5, pretty close. You got to say in this league for sure. Next up, I got running back Joe Mixon and a couple of veterans here, Mixon and Alvin Kamara for you. Obviously Mixon going to that Houston Texans offense along with Stephon Diggs, CJ Stroud, the young rookie, learning from the veterans, and maybe might get the veteran presence of Joe Mixon to put up a lot of touchdowns. But I definitely feel that Joe Mixon's in the twilight of his career as well as Alvin Kamara. But that doesn't mean these two guys can't get you up to tier 1. I mean, it's all about this year. It's all about getting the points this year. And if you can sell your picks maybe at the deadline and be a contender, you could get that next step. Obviously, if you get to tier 1, it's a money league. It's a lot different. Wide receiver, Jalen Waddle. Just signed for the big money in Miami. You got to see if he'll live up to the contract there in Miami. A lot of weapons, a lot of mouths to feed as well. Tyreek Hill, obviously, there as well. The running backs. San Fran, you got to think Deebo Samuel in a similar situation as Jalen Waddle. Got to wonder if they're going to move on from Brandon Ayuk there with the contract problems. They're signing everybody else except Brandon Ayuk, and then would that put more pressure on Deebo Samuel, more coverage on him? And I think that would have to be something that would be remain to be seen. And then at IDP, the only guy I could really pick was Will Anderson entering year 2. Obviously, they moved up to draft this guy along with CJ Stroud, and he's been overshadowed by CJ Stroud right now. He was supposed to be the defensive weapon that would come in there and pressure quarterbacks. We'll see if he'll improve in year 2. I think he will. And then other potential keepers, I only had Josh Palmer. So I couldn't find anyone else, to be honest, on your team. But that's okay. It's reset button time for your team. It's your draft. It's now your time to shine. And it's up to you to prove yourself now if you can, move up in this tier, improve yourself in this tier to be one of the best. All your picks are original. Nothing's been traded. I guess a guy could say it's a bit of a ho-hum draft, right? But in all honesty, it's not really a ho-hum draft for the simple fact that, you did finish 3, I think it was 3-10, and you get to pick 4th. So that was you doing well in the consolation playoffs. And gets you in a good position to land a good draft or basically a great pick at pick 4. As long as you hit on that, definitely could see yourself potentially being right in the mix there to move up to tier 1. And it's all up to you. It's your draft now. So the reset button is here. Good luck.